Okay, chaps. Oh, I hope you can all see this okay. I'm not sure my Xbox is showing the correct... Oh, dear. Okay. Just bear with me a second. How can I refresh that? Oh, why does this happen now? Now, just bear with me. The wonders of live streaming and OBS. Oh, dear. Now, why is that not behaving? Let me just refresh that. Just bear with me for 1 second. Okay, now you should see me. Let me know, stream. My goodness, OBS, although it's not showing on my YouTube, it's a couple of minutes behind, I guess. 20 seconds behind. You're more than welcome, my hoodie. Great to see another hoodie around as well. It's great to see the name is so popular. Let me just turn down my volume on my TV. Oh, live streaming. What on earth is going on? Can you see me on the runway, chaps? On the live stream? It's not showing it on my... Oh, goodness me. It's not showing it on my computer at the moment. It's still showing the slideshow. What can you see, chaps, in chat for the people who are there? You can see me on the runway. Brilliant. Why is... Okay, I may just have to refresh. No, I can't refresh that. You can see me on the runway. Fantastic. Thanks, Chunk. Can anybody else in the chat see me just to confirm that? Because I'm seeing a live stream on my YouTube stream. And my internet's playing up as well. Isn't this wonderful? This is the wonders of doing an ad hoc live stream. I've got One Boy Dave behind me, which is great. A couple of... Oh, Ninja's there as well. Great. And I can't see the other guys. Anyway, there's a few people around, which is great. All good. On the runway. Thanks very much, Macody and Chunk. And hello, Mr. Dart GT. Good to see you. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to test out, essentially, the... Sim Update 9 settings. So yeah, I'm using the Holt S1 and the Series S. I really enjoy the new settings, the new sensitivity settings. Now I can see Doctor at the end of the runway. You want to come and join us at the other end, Doc? Let me just unmute Discord chat. Something else I've forgotten. Sorry, chaps. Hello, chaps. You're live on YouTube. Bob. Dave, and someone else has joined us there. Hello, by the way. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I need to update my Discord, but I'm from here in the States.
Oh, great.
Eastern United States.
Lovely for you to join us. Thanks very much.
Sure. Yeah, you gave me a mix out in the video saying about the velocity of one and follow your YouTube updates regularly.
Right, are you using the Xbox or PC?
Xbox,
Oh, great. So you've got the new Sim Update 9 settings in there, the reactivity and extremity dead zone and things.
Yes, I did.
You're cutting out, it may be my bandwidth or something else. Just beware you're cutting out.
It's the push to talk on my iPad.
Right. Don't stress me out like that. Everybody else, can you introduce yourself, Bob and Dave and Blaine? Great to see you.
Yeah, this is I'm Bob, and my name tag is Dr. Akbari, and I'm also from the States. I'm from Wisconsin.
Welcome.
On the B1 also. Xbox here. Just changed from the X to the X.
Great. Lovely. I remember you saying that, yeah. Great, yep.
I'm saying, same time of the week. I'm from the UK,
and I'm also using the one on the Xbox.
Lovely, lovely. Oh, great. So we're all using Xbox. It seems fantastic. Okay, chaps, I've got live weather and live time at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. First thing we're going to do, we're going to fly over to Heathrow, follow the Thames, and go and land at Heathrow manually. I don't have a keyboard connected to my Xbox Series S at the moment, but I'm assuming that I've got the right altitude. I'm 30 to 40 feet there above sea level. Yep, I think that's right for London City, but we'll go with that. Is everybody else reading the same there?
Yeah, I'm about 25 feet.
Perfect. Okay, so...
Yeah, about 25, 27.
Great. So what we'll do, we'll climb to around 1,000, 1,200 manually and trim out and go and land at Heathrow just to test out the old settings.
What airport are you at?
What airport? We're at London City. Who was that, by the way?
I'm Blaine.
Blaine, good for you to join us. Nice for you to join us. Yeah, London City Airport, and we've got Billy Joe in the chat there too.
Hi.
Hi, and it's Billy Joe and Blaine. Do you want to introduce yourselves, please?
Yeah, I'm from Canada. I play from Xbox Series X.
I'm from US, and I'm playing on a hotel tour.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So you're on PC, Blaine.
So I am on PC.
Okay, it's good to know the PC crowd is joining us as well. And oh, let me just check there. Sorry, I'm gonna have to catch up with names. Billy Joe, what are you using?
I'm using Xbox Series X with controller. Console controller.
Wonderful.
I'm waiting for Altas controller.
That's fantastic. So we've got a real mix of people and controllers here. This should be a lot of fun. Well, okay, chaps, what we're going to do, take straight off, head towards the financial district of London, fly along the Thames and go and land at London Heathrow. I'm going to put a bit of disclaimer up. It's a weekend. I'm enjoying a Thatcher's Katie cider at the moment, so if I start to slur, you know why. Hopefully not. Okay, so off we go. I'm going to go full throttle. I'm actually going to put my flaps up because I don't need them. We're going to take off and just fly along. Climb to about 1,000, 1,200 feet. And, oops, someone's coming straight towards me in an airliner. That was fun. And up we go. So nothing too taxing, we're just testing out the new settings, seeing how they play. Billy Joe, I love your accent, by the way. It's a real sort of French-Canadian accent there. Fantastic.
Thank you.
We've got lovely scenery there. So, like I said, this is live weather, so the sun's setting behind the landmarks of London up ahead there, and it looks lovely on the Series S. Hope it's coming through on the stream okay. Larry, good to see you.
Alright, I'm finally loaded in.
Oh yeah, you just loaded in. You might have to catch us up a bit, Blaine. But that should be okay. We've just taken off.
Alright.
Okay, so we'll climb to about 1,000, 1,200 feet. Let's just catch up with chat there. Larry, good to see you. I've said that. Mr. Motto, good to see you. Great. I'm not sure the quality on my stream at the moment. I've been having a few broadband issues, internet issues where I am, but hopefully it's okay. So gradually climbing up. Just beware, chaps. I hope you've got a mouse attached and you've got something to the power of a grand caravan to keep pace with us, because we will be doing some VOR ad hoc flying as well once we get to Heathrow. I'll talk you through that. So there we go, I'm simply following the river along. So how's everybody's week been and forthcoming weekend? Any plans?
Mine's been good.
Great.
I retired yesterday after 33 years as a software engineer, so mine's been great.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. I hope you get a good pension.
Yeah, it's quite good. Yes, thank
Yeah, I've got a friend who used to work for IBM, and he's quite loaded, to be honest. So he's doing okay. Okay, so slowly climbing up to 900 feet or so. I mean, anyway, don't worry about altitude. This is just a quick ad hoc flight, bit of a fun flight, so nothing too drastic. See Dave there behind me, Ninja. It's great to see. Ninja's always joining us. And I believe I've got airport markers on, so Heathrow is pretty much directly ahead of me there. The direction I'm flying, it's pretty much directly ahead. You're trying it out when you get home? That's great to hear, Larry. Yeah. So it all seems to be going okay so far with the settings. Like I said, the settings I've got at the moment are the ones I showed in that recent HOTAS 1 video, so it's more for lighter aircraft. So I'm hoping it's okay with the Grand Caravan.
Oh, I did the same thing. Your video about the HOTAS 4 and all that for the throttle thing really helped because I could not figure out how to get this thing to work.
Oh, great. Was that downloading drivers and things?
Yeah, the driver's one, yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's great to hear. For the YouTube people, please let me know the stream quality. I'm not confident in my internet tonight at all.
It looks a bit laggy.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
surprised.
it's loading right now.
I guess we're just going to have to put up with that. Hopefully it will improve. I'm in a sort of location where I've got a lagoon next to me and it's just not hills either side. It's just not the best current location to be in for streaming. But I do try. My PC just doesn't behave. My laptop's a lot better for streaming, I've noticed. Well, it's actually the Xbox streaming as well, isn't it? So yeah, so a lot of things going on. Never mind. Hello, Floofage, I think. Good to see you. Fantastic name. Lots of people flying around London tonight, which is great. So yeah, chaps, following on the stream there, this is just manual flying at the moment. We're just flying towards London Heathrow. We're just going to do a sort of manual landing there. Pick your...
I think I found you guys. I'm sure I see a group of people near Heathrow, so I think I found you.
There is a group near Heathrow. It's not us though. We're still some way behind it. If you look for Wombleway, Dave, Dr. Okulari, and myself, of course, there's about 5 or 6 of us.
Alrighty, I'll be over.
Yep.
If you have the Kodiak livery, I'm in a bright green one, if that helps. It might be easier to spot.
Oh, you can try your best. I'm sure you'll be okay. And yeah, that's great. Looks perfect. Thanks, Michael.
Not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah, can. Who's that?
The one at the back, Ninja.
Ninja.
On your stream, I'm down talking.
Great. I don't. Have you joined us in voice chat before, Ninja? I know that you normally join us for flights.
I have tried. I've had issues with my headset, so every time I tried doing something, you couldn't hear me.
Ah.
It's finding it difficult to hearing you. But, I seem to have got it now. It's
Fantastic. Great.
finally talk to people.
Hey. Thanks for joining us. And it's great to finally hear you.
I know.
So I'm cruising around 900 feet at the moment, which is fine. Gotta remember the Grand Caravan settings for getting down to flaps. I think it was... Yeah, I'm sure it'll come back as we go along. So we're approaching...
So I'm flying now. I'm in the Grand Caravan.
Oh, perfect. Perfect, yeah, that's great. You can keep pace with us. Just taking a look at Heathrow. Oh, the airport's right in front of me. Runway's right in front of me. That's because of the lights. It sprung up on me pretty much. So I'm going to throttle way back. Let's test these settings. With the Hold Test 1, it's so easy to adjust if you see things late, thankfully.
We're landing here, yeah?
Yeah, landing here. I think I'm on runway... Oh... Yeah, it's a left runway. That'll be 27 left, I believe. 26, 27 left. Wait, maybe they're right. I'm landing, get away.
I'm just following all the name tags.
Right. Should be absolutely fine here. No issues at all. There we go. 27 right. There we are. Now the numbers are showing.
I'm just skipping all the instructions. I'm just gonna land anyway.
Okay, that's a good plan.
That's what we normally do.
I have a good approach, so.
Brilliant. Just make sure it's a runway.
Might be.
Right. Okay, so I'm
I hope
just...
so.
I'm just being polite there. I've landed. I'm just coming off the runway. And then I'll show you the next phase of the flight. What's my parking brake on this Hold Test? That's it. Great. There we go. Just catching Dr. Ocalero, Bob landing there. And name tags are disappearing. Catching a few people landing, which is great. Got Billy Joel there. Fantastic. I think I just saw that.
See, there's so many names. I'm sure a lot of these people are just other people.
Possibly. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Trying to look at the name tag I recognize.
Oh, that was Ryanair landing right there.
Right. Oh, it's good. I think... Are we all down?
I'm down.
Down somewhere. I mean, oh, there we go. Okay, I think I'm way west of
Okay, that will probably do for this flight. It is meant to be a bit of a fun ad hoc. Gonna switch the YouTube stream to the Sky Vector map I've got up. So we're landed at the moment. There we are, London Heathrow Airport. And we're gonna do some VOR fun now. I hope, like I said, if you don't know, if you're not confident with VORs, just follow either myself or Dave. You're pretty confident with VORs, I hope. I'm springing this on you, though.
We'll give it a go.
Right. So we're going to choose to...
so I'll just be one of the followers.
Right. What we're going to do, chaps, we're going to head towards the Daventry VOR. Now, the ILS frequency for Daventry is 116.4. And that will be in a northwesterly direction, essentially. Once we get through the Daventry, once we hit the centre of Daventry VOR, we'll switch it to the Honolly VOR. As we're approaching Honolly, we're going to take off autopilot and land at Coventry. Sorry, Blaine, can you say that again?
Oh, I'm taking off in a A320 on the taxiway. So.
You're in an A320? Wow, okay. Why not? Sounds fun. Okay, chaps, so Daventry VOR at 116.4. We'll head towards that, then head to Honolly. I'll give you that VOR frequency if you want to make a note of it. 113.65. If you have a PC handy, maybe just load up Sky Vector over the southeast of England. And you can double check things like that. So take off from London. Head towards Daventry, 116.4. Once we hit the centre of that VOR, we'll fly towards Honolly, 113.65, and we'll take it off just before we get to Honolly, and we'll have to use some trickery. Actually, I don't know how to do it in the Grand Caravan, so that's going to be interesting to figure out. And we'll try and spot the Coventry. What I would suggest, if you haven't done it already, is put the airport POI points of interest on, so you can spot Coventry, because we'll be landing there manually. Is everybody okay with that?
Oh yeah.
Great.
Yep. Do you have a course for 116.4 VOR?
Just a second. Let me just
The,
type that
the
in.
radio we should be intercepting?
Yeah, so what I'll do, I shall switch, before I forget, switch the live stream. Okay, great. Gonna switch. Oh, goodness me. OBS is playing up. Bear with me. People watching at home. Now, what is going on? Just bear with me.
Okay, that let me some time to land near you.
Right. Oh, that's good. So there you go. Back at
Do you
home.
have any recommendations for my landing on this road somewhere in London? Crash.
Yeah, I'll give you a recommendation. Don't crash. How's that? Try and find an airport.
Good idea.
Okay, chaps, I'm just going to check at home. Yeah, you're hopefully still watching the live stream. You'd lost the stream, Michael. Let me know, YouTube chat at home. Is the stream coming through or not?
Just watching it now, yeah.
It's coming through now.
Every now and again, it keeps dropping.
Okay, I'm showing a strong signal on my side at the moment, so hopefully that will settle down. It's probably my fault as well that I was switching between screens and not choosing the correct screen there, so hopefully it's okay. So let's get back into the aircraft, just a second. And I'll give you a radio for the, what was it?
What airport are you guys at right now?
Heathrow Airport. Heathrow.
Alrighty.
116.4, so let me just type that in. .4. Yeah, for those watching at home, this is not a planned stream. This is just very much an ad hoc flight. We're just flying around testing settings. So nothing's been set up, so if we seem a bit loose, that's why. Yeah, so I've put that in as my active. I'll go to CDI 1. Okay, at the moment, I'm not getting a radio. Maybe I'm a little bit far away.
I was gonna say, I don't think it'll give you a reason to we get in the air.
Okay, let's do that. So what we'll do, chaps, if you're ready, we shall throttle up. Let me just take my flaps up and just take off in the direction we've landed and head towards a northwesterly direction. So I'm taking off in the direction of 27. Westerly heading.
Do you know what the smallest plane in this game is?
Sorry, say again, Blaine?
Do you know what the smallest plane in this game is? Because I'm just trying to find it.
Possibly the Kit Fox or something of that sort.
Alright.
So up we go. And we'll head towards a northwesterly direction. And we should see the radio come up soon, hopefully. There it is. So the radio's come up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sync my... See if I can do this in the Grand Caravan. I'm going to sync my heading bug. Will it let me do it? Oh no, okay, I'm going to have to move it around manually. Now bear with me. There we go, that should do. I'm going to add a autopilot altitude select height of around 1,200 feet. There's a lot going to happen here, chaps. Like I said, it's pretty ad hoc. So we'll go to 1,200 feet autopilot assigned altitude. Going to turn on the autopilot. It's in your center panel in the Grand Caravan if you're flying that. And I'm going to select heading mode as well. And there we go. Autopilot on, heading mode selected. And I'm going to use, because I don't have a keyboard and I don't remember my autopilot settings for the whole task 1, I'm going to use the actual physical knobs in the aircraft here to move my heading around if necessary.
got it around about 340 degrees.
Fantastic, thanks.
Alright. I think that I can find you guys now that I'm in a F-18.
It's going to be one of those streams, isn't it? So there we go, let's just catch up with chat. Let me just sec. Stream is back, great, lovely. Yeah, do keep us informed, chaps in the YouTube chat. I'm relying on you to let me know whether the health of the stream is okay. So let me see, Coventry. Yeah, so make sure with the VOR, if you look at my screen, if you're watching this at home, you've got that arrow there pointing towards the big arrow. So you want the two arrows in sync there pointing towards each other. It means you're heading towards the VOR, of course. I'm just going to move my heading around manually. So I've climbed to my 1200 feet under autopilot, and I've got it in heading mode. And whilst we're doing that, let's enter the Honolulu VOR. So Honolulu 113.65. So let's do that. I've got too many mice on my desk at the moment. 113.65. Is everybody following okay?
If I can find you.
Right.
I'm just following your name tag. I'm really not sure. I don't know something like that. You're all set up for something. Actually, I'm on the running
Okay.
Hey, are you guys like really far from Heathrow now?
Well, not too far.
Not that far.
Let's pop outside, that's a better way of me keeping... Yeah, there seems to be quite a few people with us, which is great. Hissing Thai, I love that name tag. Great, Manuel. It's difficult to know who's with us and who's not, so we'll just go with it. And we can claim that people are with us, even if they're not there. Let's go. Is everybody flying in live time and live weather?
Yes,
I am.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely out.
It really is, isn't it? I mean, this is what it's been like pretty much for the past week or two in the UK, this part of the UK.
Oh.
I said this is what it's been pretty much like in the UK for the past week or two. Yeah.
We have a lot less snow than in Canada here, in the UK.
Really? Oh, yeah, is that normal in Canada at this time of year?
Nope.
That's Billy Joe, isn't it? I'm just keeping an eye on your name. It's not normal, oh dear. Okay, yeah.
That's strange here.
Wow. And is it very cold with the snow, or is it just, you know, what are the temperatures like?
No, temperature is like normal, but the snow want to stay on the ground this year. It's really strange.
like people that are from Canada's perspective of cold is different than people's perspective from different countries of cold. Like, yeah, I don't know. It might be, but
Yeah, it could be, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. If you're from, yeah, I mean, cold in England is miserable. You get a damp cold here. Really nasty cold.
Yeah, it's very damp, isn't it?
Yeah,
Over
very.
here.
Gets to your bones, doesn't it, in some ways. But, you know, you,
Florida, we don't get that much cold.
look at you. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I've come to appreciate the seasons, though. I never liked the winter and the autumn, but now I've come to appreciate them. It's nice to have a change, really.
Yeah, it is.
Having trouble locking onto this radio, chaps. How are you doing, Dave, with this?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm on a heading of 335 degrees, but I'm slightly to the right of you.
Okay, I'm trying to get that radio to come in. It's not doing for some reason. Ah, now it is.
Yeah, I'm on
Lovely.
I'm on 335 as well, off to the right of you. Looks like about 35.7 nautical miles out.
Right, thank you. What are you flying at the moment?
I'm in the Kodiak, which is happy to
Ah,
say finally fixed with the G1000 and XI1 final update. Their last bug fixed, version 12, made it a beautiful plane now.
Fantastic, isn't it?
I've yet to try that, you know.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I've bought so much of it. I've yet to try that, and I really want to with the Kodiak. Yeah. How have people's experience been with Sim Update 9 so far?
I didn't even know there was an update, to be honest.
I'm guessing they want my updates soon.
I stay update with the latest news with Flight Simulator, and like I said earlier, I play on Xbox Series X, and I have no problem at all with the latest update.
Right, yeah, I've had no problems with this Sim Update either, yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting some lags when I spawn in at an airport. Like when I spawned in here, some jitters, and the mouse has disappeared. Had to do the mouse fix workaround a couple of times.
Is that still happening? It's not great, is it? I mean, this Sim Update's meant to be a fix.
Do you think it's possible for me to take any 320 off of Lukla?
You can tell us, try and tell us.
I have seen it done, believe it or not. Somebody
Wow.
actually landed an A320 on it and then took off again. So I have seen it done.
Yeah, give it.
I tried a 747 one time, but it just died because of the wings hitting the trees.
That's in Lukla, yeah?
Yeah, Lukla.
Wow. Yeah, it's a nasty approach, isn't it, Lukla? Yeah, you could try it with maybe crash damage off, that type of thing. That's the way I would try it. Any experiment.
Do you have any tips on making like a YouTube channel for Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Where do I start? I do have a video up with tips somewhere saying if you want to start one, you've got some ideas. You just need to go for it, really. Just see how it goes. Go for it. What I would say is try and find a niche a niche rather that other people are not
Yeah,
doing.
I started like a small one with some Roblox playing games and MSFS, but like
Yeah, you just gotta be brave enough, give it a go. Don't just do one video and expect a million views. You may be lucky, but you know you have to keep going at it if you want to make a success of it. I mean, it took me over many years just to get it to where it is now, but I've always treated it as a hobby. And, you know, that's probably the best way. That's one of the biggest tips. Don't get over too invested in it. Don't get too downhearted if it doesn't take off. Treat it as a hobby and should be fine.
alrighty.
Yeah, as long as you have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all about.
small videos I've made right now, so yeah.
Yeah, get them up there. With your age group and whatever, you should be quite successful, I imagine, for the, you know, for the younger audience. Why not?
Yeah. Okay, so now my 747 is 737. A320 is taking off. I'm still.
Still at London.
Okay, I died.
Oh no. I'm trying to get the bearing. Ah, I've got it. Okay, so let me see. 35 nautical miles, 25 nautical miles out from Coventry. And I'm pretty much locked onto it now. Pretty much the same. 335. or so. So that's good. It's 25 nautical miles out, then we'll switch. Once we pass through the centre of it, we will switch to the Honolulu. Are you all okay with the Honolulu VOR frequency?
Yeah.
Great. I'm starting to lose consciousness with this cider. You've not been able to do it?
No, when I tried it on my control, allow the dial to move for some reason.
Oh dear. Ah. Are you on the Series S as well, or X?
No, I'm on the X, Series X.
Okay. Might be worth going to the main menu and coming back in again if that happens. Not main menu, go into the pause menu rather, options menu, and just pausing it in and out.
After, I'll give it a try. When we land, I'll give it a try and see whether it allows me to do anything.
Great. Michael's saying in chat with Sim Update 9 and the NXI update, he's had no crashed desktop with the Kodiak now, which is great. Beluga closest ICAO. Can anybody help with that, chaps? I'm in a very relaxed mode at the moment. Closest
Let's see, if you're asking the closest, we are approaching Echo.
Echo Delta Zulu.
There we go.
It's 10 nautical miles out, almost straight in front of us.
Lovely, thank you, chaps. Sometimes I just want to kick back and relax and not look at extra things, shall we say. Lovely, thank you. So Beluga, we were a bit late with that, I apologise, but yep, there we are. It's okay. Heading towards Coventry, I'm just looking at my SkyVector map. Once we get there, we're going to switch to Honolulu 113.65. And right before we hit the Honolulu, I'm estimating about 5 nautical miles out, we'll take it off autopilot and land at Coventry. Coventry looks to be about runway 9-ish from the map I'm looking on SkyVector. Let's just Google that. That'd be good.
Listen, on the houses,
Yes.
you manage to, do you know when you go down looking at your screen, you can flick across without, a single click, basically.
Yeah.
Screen to screen. Have you managed to do something in the menus to allow that to happen?
Yeah, it's next instrument view and previous instrument view. So basically, I've got previous pilot position to go down. That's the binding for my hat switch down. And then when I'm in the instruments, it's next and previous instruments, left and right. And it won't alter. Now, somebody's flying past me. That's lovely. Is that you, Blaine, in the airliner right in front of me?
Jammy M? Yeah.
Well, that looks great, anyway. Fantastic. If only it was a Concorde, but I don't have the Concorde on the Xbox, but never mind. Yeah, I was kind of speaking to DC Designs about getting a key for the Concorde, because I bought it once for PC. I may buy it again for the Xbox, but I'll probably get it on sale in that case. But I was hoping they would come through with a key for me, and they haven't. But I'm assuming, does anybody have it on the Xbox, the Concorde?
I've not bought it, no. I know it's in there.
Yeah,
I'm not on it.
I'm assuming it's the same, similar to the PC. That's you, Beluga, in a 747. Great. That's Beluga. Okay. Good to know. Lovely synchronized flying there. So, just under 15 nautical miles out from Daventry. I'm cruising about 138 knots. I can see Dave just ahead of me there. Just looking behind me, yep. Bob, I can see you behind me there. Billy Joe.
Slow down.
Okay, Ninja. That's great. Yep. Jamie. Yep.
Yeah, I have to look up the videos on using EOR. I don't. I've got the green arrow up. I put in the radio channel, but it's just pointing north, so I have no idea. So I'm just following you,
Okay, yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah, I do have a couple up there. They work, obviously, with Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
So that's great. We're just chugging along at the moment. 12 nautical miles. Still plenty of light in the sky, isn't there?
Yeah, that red hue is absolutely lovely.
I see the sun just is touching their horizon there.
Yeah.
They really do a fantastic job in the sky.
Oh, they do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm really... yeah, that's a question, that's a conversation we can start having. Is anybody interested in the forthcoming X-Plane 12? I'm going to say that as a no.
I know, and that's it's not flight simulator, so it's kind of interesting.
See, now what?
That's PC, isn't it?
It's PC only, yeah. Yeah.
It's PC only. I think you get Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, it's debatable whether it will be released for Xbox because the X-Plane 11 hasn't, but you never know. If they want to market it that way, they may. But it's very much a professional sort of flight sim, X-Plane. Go on, somebody was just about to speak there.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, Microsoft Flight Sim is pretty professional, I think. Do you not think they might try chasing it and see if they can nick some of the players?
I don't know, it's always been a bit... I'm going to offend a million X-Plane users here. But it's always been a bit snobbish, X-Plane. I've not been paying attention to my VOR, so I've come off course there. I can adjust that. It's always been a bit snobbish, like it's the professional choice for flight simmers. I tried it after I tried Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I've got to say the aircraft dynamics in that and the physics are absolutely lovely. Very different way of flying. It feels very rustic and real, very real, but just the graphics, and by default at least, are not very pretty. So you don't quite get the same experience.
I generally don't fly, like the Cessna 172 or 152, but you fly them a lot. Have you noticed any difference with the, with the updated propeller aerodynamics and that sort of thing that you've added?
It seems a lot more bumpy. That's the only way I can say it. And I'm not sure if it's an unreal... I don't know. I mean, when I'm flying in live weather, it seems there's a lot more jitters, a lot more sort of, bumps and bounces, which were not there before. I mean, I'm flying in live weather now, but it's a very calm day in this part of the country, so it's difficult to judge. Yeah, I kind of...
I don't know, does the Caravan have dynamics attached to it?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was originally it was the 152, and with update 9 they added it to the 172 also.
Okay, I've definitely noticed in the 172. It does take a while to get you. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but I was quite used to the sort of other. I was quite happy with the way it was, basically. And again, just on that note, if you compare it to something like X-Plane there, X-Plane does a fantastic job of it. If you haven't tried it and you got a PC, you don't need a killer PC to run X-Plane, in fact. You can get it on sale, and it's worth a try at least, just to see why people like it so much, X-Plane. And I'm very excited, actually. I'm very excited for X-Plane 12, personally. It's going to have improved graphics, improved weather system as well. Weather system looks incredible in that. Well worth looking up. Everybody's gone completely silent on me now.
Just to let you know, I've just changed to the Coventry VO.
Okay.
Coventry? No,
Yeah,
the,
Connolly. Yeah.
that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just about to. I'm just watching it. The needle's behaving erratic. So that arrow should come down here for the viewers at home soon. And you can see this is me. There you go. So it's... Now I'm going from the Daventry. So I'm going to change over to Honolly, like Dave has. And as you can see, I need to come to my... Doing all this manually with the knobs, but that's okay. Need to come to my left there. I'm still in heading mode, so that's fine. And we'll chase that dial in. And which... How far are you from the Honolly, Dave?
18.1 nautical miles.
Okay, you're going to get there first. I don't know if you want to slow down. I mean, it's easy. Once you get to around 5 to 10 nautical miles out, maybe take it off and look for the Coventry airport. I was Googling Coventry to see the runways there. If anybody has done that, let me know.
Apply casual.
Okay. Just bear with me a second.
Do you have the ICO for Coventry when you locate it?
Sorry, just bear with me. Oh, so you want the 4-digit code there for Coventry?
Yes.
Uh,
the ICO.
Yeah, sure. EGBE. It looks to be a runway 7-ish, 9-ish rather. So you want to head towards that general direction for Coventry. For some reason, Google's not giving me the... Oh, but there we go. Let's just define that. Yeah, X-Plane has a demo mode, absolutely, Beluga, yep. Yeah, so you can even just try it out, just to see how it fits. I recommend it. I recommend it, just to see what all the fuss about is with X-Plane. I just wish there weren't so many snobs within that platform, but that's just the way it is. And Prepared 3D as well, but that is very much a professional platform. There we go. Let's just come down and see where we are. 17 nautical miles out from Honolly at the moment. Let's concentrate and chase the VOR heading there. I have to apologise, chaps who are flying, and for those at home, I do switch off sometimes in flights. I just want to relax and take in the scenery. And I don't always do what I'm meant to.
Doing, that's why it's so quiet.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
How do I get onto the server you're flying on?
It's North Europe. I hope. I think it is. Can someone confirm that? Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're on North Europe.
This is going to sound a really stupid question, but how do I find that in the game?
If you click on the pause menu, which are you actually flying at the moment, or are you
It's still
in the
loading
main menu?
up,
So in the main menu, in the top right hand corner where it's got your name,
Yep.
if you click on that, there'll be a drop down option, and it'll ask you for the server, and it'll just select it from the options.
Right, thank you.
There's only about 5 options, I think, so
Yeah.
it's not a lot to go through.
I've not had a go at multiplayer yet. This is the first attempt.
Oh, right. Okay, lovely.
I've been following your YouTube videos on this.
Yeah.
You've taught me to fly, basically.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's Hawkeye.
It's all
Yes.
Right,
Yeah. That's great, yeah, yeah, just dive in. I mean, there's that part to Flight Simulator that Xbox will never have. It's that accessibility. You can just get in there, start flying around.
Yeah.
You'll find that... Again, once you get used to this, it is worth trying, because there's a bit more grunt with the aircraft in X-Plane. It's a bit more gritty and realistic, shall we say, so you have to be a bit more careful with the aircraft. But yeah, I mean, nothing beats that accessibility. I think Microsoft nailed it with this, really.
So just go North Europe and then straight in, I take it.
Yeah, you can spawn on one of us. If you look on the world map over South East England, you should see one of our names. You might be able to see my name there, just spawning on top of me.
Is it in North Europe?
Just have to be aware there. I mean, 11 nautical miles out. I've not locked onto this Honolulu VOR. I've been taking things a little bit too easy here. So just waiting for that dial to move in. For those at home, I've got the 2 arrows pointing in the 2 direction. That's good, so I know I'm heading towards it. But it's not moving in. Oh dear. I think it's slowly starting to move in now, thankfully. Dave, how are you doing? Have you spotted Coventry?
Yeah, I'm about 3 miles.
Ah, I can see it. Never mind. So what I'll do, I'll come back in the aircraft here and just disengage autopilot. Now, like I said, it's a problem with the HOTAS one. I don't remember what buttons I have set up for what, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to do a fly around. I'm next to Coventry. Might be a good idea to fly over it to see where the runway is. In fact, I think it's just there, but never mind. I'm going to have to... Oh, can I do this? Can I do this? Chaps following me, I apologise. I'm just going to do an emergency landing here at Coventry. There we go. Let's get back in the cockpit. Go flaps 1. I wonder if I can make that.
Could be your last word, James. What if I can make that?
Probably. I think I might be actually landing on the taxiway. That should be okay. Oh, this is going to be close. Yeah, that's definitely a taxiway rather than a runway, but never mind.
Yeah.
That's fine. Made it down.
There's going to be a proper bush landing.
Oh, yeah. Just going to come off both taxiways and runways and brake. Pop outside. Like I said, chaps at home, this is going to be one of those streams, I'm afraid. It's going to be fun watching people land on that. Just fly around. If you can spot the runways, you don't need to come straight in. Just do a bit of a fly around and try and line up would be my recommendation there. Well done, Dave. It looks like you landed properly there. Was that you, Ninja? I just saw you flying around there.
I'm trying to come round to land properly.
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
Which airport are you landing at, guys?
Sorry, Coventry Airport.
Coventry.
Yeah. And you know, for this next part, chaps, let's pick on somebody. Where?
I can't see any other planes.
Oh, Coventry. Okay. That's going to be a problem if you can't see. You've got Billy Joe near it. Banana Dave, it looks like.
I'm still flying around to London.
Okay.
That's Ninja.
AWMCB's on long final.
Yeah, I just
Great.
Same for me, I'm on my approach.
Oh, I can see Bob there. Lovely. Yeah, Bob, looks like you're landing properly too.
WG 9331. Are we definitely in North?
Yes. I'll tell you what, Coventry Airport, if you just spawn in Coventry Airport in North Europe, you should hopefully see us. Make sure you've got, in live multiplayer, make sure you've got all players on. Nice landing, Bob. Very nice.
thank you.
And chaps, how do you fancy flying visually back to London City Airport for a challenge without any... We can set a bit of autopilot if you want, but just set off in that direction, see if we can find it. Shouldn't be too difficult, I'd imagine. Who's up for that?
Yeah, go.
Right. Or does anybody else... Let's hand it over. Does anybody else have a suggestion? Not too long, maybe in another 30-40 minutes.
From my country, so I don't know him a lot.
I think it would be quite interesting to try and manually find, and we can all try this. We'll all be flying in various different directions now, but try and find London City again. Just head towards the big buildings, basically. Oh, Ninja! Go on, down! Yeah, you made it, looks like. It's a... if you can walk away from it, it's fine, of course. Is that you, Billy Joe, in C... No, that's you, Ken, isn't it? KM... MCV?
AWMCB, yes.
Yeah. Great. And Billy Joe, you just coming in for a landing?
Yes.
Great. I think you're the last one. No pressure. So YouTube chat, if you want to join us quickly, you're welcome to join us. We're just going to head back towards London City Airport. I'm going to keep it in live settings, see how that goes. Come and join us, North Europe server at Coventry Airport. Coventry Airport, which is... someone give the code there, please. My Skyvex is acting up.
Echo Golf Bravo Echo.
Thank you.
Has the feathering time got to go live as well?
It doesn't have to be, no. No, you can put whatever time you want to there. Okay. Chaps, I'm estimating London City is about 150 degrees from our current bearing. Do you... what do people think there?
Yeah, it sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, we'll give that a try. Lights fading, it's really going to become twilight before we know it. Shall we taxi up and take off again? I think that's probably a good idea. Is everybody down, by the way?
Yes, I'm landed.
Great.
Yeah, to increase my fuels.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's just stop there for a second. I'm just going to put the autopilot, the heading bug on 150 degrees. Is everybody okay with doing the heading bug in autopilot? If not, just follow us.
I'll just follow.
Okay. So I'm just going to switch that around manually. Oh, I wish I had this set up. I probably do have a couple of buttons set up on the Hot test one. I just don't remember them from memory. Usually using the velocity one. How's the velocity? Is it Ken using the velocity one or Billy Joe? One of you were using it, I think.
Yeah, Kent's using the velocity one, and I've had it since November, and I really like it.
Yeah.
And your videos were incredibly helpful getting it set up and operational.
Oh,
And,
fantastic.
I've been nothing but pleased with it. Occasionally it glitch, but they're few and far between.
Great. How's it behaving for you?
Yeah, I ordered one.
Yeah.
Billy Joe, I ordered one since I watched your video about the project. I wait for it.
Ah, right. Yeah, you're using the Xbox controller at the moment, aren't you?
For the moment, yes, and the mouse.
Right. How's that going, by the way, after Sim Update 9? I'm just interested how they're behaving for you.
With the original controller?
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh, okay. Good. I mean, you could probably say... I mean, I think you could always put reactivity in the original controller, couldn't you? Like Xbox. Am I right there? Reactivity and extremity dead zone?
Yeah, you could do that. Even
Yeah.
with the controller.
It's hard to keep track of what's what nowadays. Okay, chat, I've got the autopilot assigned altitude still to 1200 feet. I'm going to keep it there. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to take off in any direction. I'll put your heading bug on 150 degrees and go to autopilot and heading mode. I think I'm still in heading mode, so all I need to do here is take off. So I'm going to just throttle it up and take off. And then just go into heading mode.
The other end of the runway.
That's okay. Just passing by you there.
Yeah, I'm at runway 23.
Okay. It's fine, so just stick that into autopilot mode. It should take control. And you can either, I mean, it's up to you. You can do this manually or with autopilot. It's probably a little bit easier with autopilot and just alter the autopilot knob if you need to get onto towards London City. You can use any methods available to you there. I'm going to use the right G1000 map there because I can zoom out and get a better view of where London City is. And we can actually... Now, Dave, one more way, Dave, it was you that mentioned about the panning, didn't you, I think? With the G1000, yeah?
Oh, on the G1000. Have you got the NXI?
I have, yeah, and it's working. I've just held my left mouse button and right mouse button.
So that should then give you like a little arrow pointer
Yeah.
on the screen. So if you use the
I've got it. I'm moving it.
that should move it around. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great, but
It really isn't, is it? Pretty awkward. My goodness. Okay, so I'm just panning the map around. Let me see, London
looks like
City.
it's around about 140-ish, doesn't it?
140. Let's do that.
So, yeah.
So let's just alter that heading. There we are, that'll do. Get back to this map. Let's just see if we can see EGLC here, London City Airport. Oh, there it is. I can see it. The zoom right out, it's right there. So yeah, we're heading... That's where we need to head to. And that's where our aircraft is. Yep, absolutely. You got that pretty much spot on there. So that's great. I'm getting some lovely clouds at the moment. Is everybody still... Does everybody still have some light in the sky at the moment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your local time there?
Local time, it's 9:15. I mean, I'm looking out my window at the moment, my office window, and it's dark outside, so it doesn't seem to be relaying completely accurately there.
No, it's light where I am.
Really?
I'm in the UK.
What
Yeah.
part of the UK?
Manchester.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you always, pretty much you
Oh,
get an
yeah.
hour extra there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was saying in one of the live streams, I lived in Belfast for a while, and it was about 11 o'clock at night before it got dark, in peak summertime there. So I'm not going to argue, I'll take that. Local time in the sim, though, UTC is 7:10, basically. So it's about, I'm going to say it's about half an hour behind. For whatever reason. Lovely. It's like something out of the Dam Busters or something. And again, just to reiterate for people at home there and people joining us in the flights, this is very much just... Tony, we're just flying back towards London City at the moment. Tony's just asking in chat where we are. We just took off from Coventry. If you go to North Europe server, you can spawn on one of us in a Grand Caravan or Kodiak or something of that sort. It's very much a relaxed flight, so I'm not really teaching much in this flight. It's meant to be just a Friday night chill, relaxed flight. So don't take my this video as my typical. I'm sure you're not.
Is today Friday?
It is.
It is.
It's Friday. Yeah. Well, it's sure. It's Friday.
Friday for me. I didn't realize it was Friday.
Were you not at school today?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to school now. So yeah, I thought it was Wednesday.
Oh wow.
Just a couple days behind, you know.
Yeah. Oh, there's no harm in that.
Hello guys, what's your nearest airport?
Nearest airport is EGBT.
Preston Capes.
I'm not even in. So,
Sorry, EG.
EGBT. I'm just about to fly over. I'm just about to approach it. EGBT. Now, 10 points for anybody who can tell me what that is. Without Googling. Bill? Oh, no problem, Bill. My pleasure there.
Which server are you on?
North Europe.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm following you. I'm a little behind, but my plane can I can go faster than 146. So
Okay, I'm doing 151. Let's just throttle back a little bit there. Throttle back. So,
I'm doing 163 and I'm still not catching you.
I was going to say I'm at 142 and I've no sign of you.
okay, I'm slowing down to about 140-ish at the moment. Yeah.
I see your lights. It's okay. You will be able to land before me.
Great. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Maybe I just took off a bit prematurely. I'm now slowing down to about 139 knots. Let me just see my RPM. Where is it in this? Okay,
What's your
RPM.
heading?
Heading at the moment is 145.
I'm on 128. That could be why.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the Grand Caravan, it depends what aircraft you're flying, but I'm 1900 RPM at the moment. Just to give you an idea, 137 knots now, so you should be able to catch up.
Sorry, what was that heading again, one?
145 degrees.
Got you.
Oh, no, very flattering, Bill. Thank you. It always humbles me when people say that. Yeah, no, it's just a hobby. I mean, it's just a thing I've learnt, and just yeah, whatever I kind of learn and fancy talking about. That's why I make a video on it, basically. So no, much appreciated, Bill. Very humbling. Thank you. We're all total newbies in many ways, as this flight is showing. Me landing on a taxiway.
That's really great to fly in group and talk about our passion and what we love. It's really fun.
Yeah, I don't know why, with live streams, I tend to turn off, oh, I can see Tony in front of me there now, that's great. Good for you to join us, Tony. I tend to turn off partway through a live stream. I don't know why. I get so relaxed generally, basically, or distracted with something. And it's difficult to concentrate on the actual flight sometimes. So, Billy Joe, when's your Velocity 1 coming?
I hope to receive it at home in a week or two.
Okay, have you ordered through Amazon or something?
Yes, but I'm not Prime, so.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it will get there sooner rather than later. It is a wonderful system. I mean, yeah, you know, there's some people who don't quite like it, but I think it's fantastic with the range of buttons and the amount of options you have with it. It's brilliant. I mean, I don't have the Bravo set, and people are really raving about the Bravo set and highly recommend the Bravo throttle, but it's only for PC at the moment. So it's pretty much the next best
did we
thing.
Know if, did we know if Turtle Beach will release the Velocity 1, will release rotor pedals for the system, like an add-on, or do you know?
Yeah, last thing I heard, that's their next product release is the rudder pedals. It should hopefully come this year, but I've heard nothing else about it. So yeah.
There's nothing online about the project.
No, I did have a link somewhere. I'll try and link it in Discord. I think they were saying either the mid part of this year or late, sort of autumn, winter of this year was the last I heard from it about it. If you go on the Velocity 1 website, James from Turtle Beach is very helpful there with that type of thing.
You mean the website or the Discord? Because he's on the Discord a lot.
Sorry, Discord. If you go on a Discord, James is very helpful there. He's answered a lot of people's questions. And there's a few sort of moderators there who will help as well. Yeah, the thing I do like about Turtle Beach is that they seem very transparent with the product. They know there's problems with it, and they've talked about it, and you know, they've not tried to hide it, saying that you know people have faulty products or trying to just keeping quiet. They've actually come forth with you know, issues, and like for example the pitch issue. I had the pitch issue when I bought it. It was a bit sticky, the pitch, but it's certainly improved over the past few months for sure. Kent, did you say you have the Velocity 1?
Yes, yes, I do, and I did not have the pitch issue. Mine was in the second set of announced releases when I purchased mine.
Okay, yeah. And I know Steve Chanzi also, he's also very frequent in the Discord. He said he had no issues either. It seems to be, I'm thinking it was a batch that had that issue, basically, and it seems that, you know, I got one of the first ones, so I was part of that batch. But within a matter of weeks of using it, it just went away, so I have really no issues with it now. Yeah, I've tried it since the Bill, I'm using the Holtas one now at the moment, if that's what you're talking about. The Velocity one, yeah, I did a video on that. Yeah, it's great with the reactivity and extremity dead zones. It's great. It's a lot better. It's improved even more. I'm hoping Turtle Beach will release that firmware soon for this SIP status indicator panel for the Xbox. That needs to come next, in my opinion.
What James does on the Discord is they're waiting for the Sovo to update something. So they think that they're expecting this to happen in the next sim update.
Oh, brilliant.
Fingers crossed.
Now, will they also have to put a hole in the Xbox walled garden to allow two-way communication between the Velocity 1 and the Xbox itself through the hardware side?
No idea.
Kent, you were the software engineer, weren't you? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Linux systems, mainframes, yeah, all around.
Okay, how would they do that on the Xbox? I mean, with PC, you need the app running in the background before you could connect the Velocity 1 to the SIP panel.
But you know the apps can run in the background just like the NXI can run in the background as a mod. The issue is going to be is what I read about the Xbox is the walled garden is allowing two-way communication because essentially the Velocity 1, the controller, it's one way. You are putting an input into the Xbox, and maybe with the exception of the Xbox controller itself giving force feedback, I don't know of data coming back out. That's why a lot of the add-in mods use keyboard commands. There's the what Axair has their little box for tuning, and it's essentially sending keyboard commands into the Xbox.
Okay.
I think there's a chip requirement, isn't there? Because Honeycomb are having the same issue with their XPC yoke.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm not familiar with it.
Michael, you're just joining us, that's right. I mean, you've lost me on the wall garden thing, but it sounds promising.
Yeah, well, there's just think of it as a fence around Xbox to protect the system. That's you know, on a PC, you know how you can get hacked and malware and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Xbox protects its complete environment by not allowing anything into the system to allow modifications into the software, the application, and the base OS.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I know a lot of the controllers for the Xbox, which is why certain controllers won't work, is because they don't include the chip, do they? They don't include this magical chip that will allow them to get through this. I'm assuming it's the same thing, isn't it?
It may be. I'm like I said, I'm not familiar with much beyond the Xbox controllers, the Velocity 1 itself, and then having a general understanding of how their hardware system works. You know, what I worked on was completely different systems. I worked on Linux, DNS servers, which the name servers, corporate systems, financial systems, mainframes.
Okay. I mean, you've given us more information that probably most of us knew or were aware of.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just the nerd in me trying to figure it out on the nerd in me trying to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds great. Yeah. Okay, so it'll be like it could be an integrated mod into the flight simulator ecosystem. Essentially, you don't need it running in the background before you start flight simulator. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they're not going to be able to put unless they work with Microsoft ahead of time to have a chip already embedded, and they're just waiting to punch a hole for two-way communication. That may be what needs to happen, and that's going to be Microsoft Politics, and then Asobo doing the code on their end as well.
Right. I mean, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound overly complicated, but I'm assuming there's a lot more involved than what we're seeing.
I think it may be more politics and them worrying about the security of the system as opposed to a technical implementation.
Right.
And like when you're using OBS, I don't know if you're familiar with ports, but different applications on your PC communicate out through different ports, and those ports need to be opened to allow that communication first to leave your PC and then to go out through your router to reach the internet so that you can do your transmission. It's probably an analogous to that with what Microsoft and Asobo need to do.
Okay. Listen, chaps, back to the sim. Interesting, Ken. I'm just going to because we're closing in on London City Airport now. From my location, I can start to see the bright lights of London. I believe, I'm hoping that'll be London City Airport ahead there. I don't see any tall buildings at the moment, or the build-up. But from the right G1000 here, let's just see. Yeah, so I seem to be heading, here's the aircraft here, there's London City Airport. Seem to be heading in the right general direction, which is great. The light is not helping now. It's really become quite difficult to see what's ahead there, but it should be quite an interesting approach into London City. How's everybody else? Can anybody else get a recce on a sight on London City there?
I'm just climbing up to 2000 to see if I can get a better view.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it off autopilot and fly this manually. Grab hold of the right mouse there.
There's Elstree has just popped up.
Right. I've got Heathrow ahead of me. Alright, Heathrow's directly ahead of me there, so yeah, no issues there. For those following me, I'll guide you in as best I can. Don't think any of you are following me, that's okay. Looking around. So, from my reckoning there, that's Heathrow, that's London City, which hasn't come up yet, we're not close enough.
Yeah, I see you off to the right. Set up 27. I'll set up an ILS to see if I can find it that way.
Okay.
For needles and grins.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. It's lovely. And just looking at Discord there, have noticed, let's just see who that is. Billy Joe, thanks for streaming live to Discord. That's fantastic. I don't know if you were aware that you're streaming live, but you are. Yeah, you're just behind me there, Billy Joe. That's great, yeah.
F-18 flying around.
Giving us the Royal Guard there. Any of you chaps into airliners or a faster aircraft like the jets?
Yeah, I do like to fly some jets.
Just the fighters. I like playing around with them. I haven't got involved with the airliners much.
The Cessna Citation is quite fun. I actually had my first go around coming into LAX with it the other night.
Oh, nice. The Citation's sort of... Go on.
So I was going to buy the Concorde, but I don't think the textures are up to scratch. Are they on it yet?
Yeah, I see, that's a bane of contention. But for me, it looks authentic. I'm just used to flying simulators from many years ago that, you know, I didn't care much about the graphics, to be honest. For me, they're up to scratch, and it looks authentic, looks aged. I guess if you look at it compared to something like the forthcoming PMDG 737, it's not up to scratch in that sense.
I think what really put me off, I saw a video and it was almost like the skin of the aircraft was rippled.
Oh. Right.
Didn't we have a closer look yourself?
Yeah, I will, yeah. I mean, well, one of the facts it gives you with the Concorde is that at full Mach, it does stretch, I think it's over 2 meters or 2 feet in length. Because the...
2 feet it stretches, yeah.
Yeah, because of the fuselage heating up.
Yeah. Apparently there's a tale that the last time it was flown supersonic, the captain put his cap in the gap. Because obviously they had to allow room for expansion. He put it in the gap, and then as the plane cooled, everything shrunk back, and his cap is now wedged permanently in, like, between the two metal plates.
Wow.
There you go.
That was the last flight it ever did. He did that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was certainly the last time it went supersonic.
Wow.
It's definitely one way of making sure everyone knows you've been there.
Yeah, we're really lucky here. I'm just a couple of hours from Washington, D.C., and we have a Concorde, a space shuttle, and an SR-71 Blackbird all together in the same building.
Smithsonian Museum.
Yeah, it's a Udvar Hospital.
That's on my bucket list.
Wow.
It's incredible, and be sure to go to the original museum downtown Washington, where all of the Apollo, Mercury,
Skylab. That's the one I want to do. In fact, I'll be honest, I'd rather go to Washington than New York, I think.
Yeah, when I worked down there, I was, lunch hours were spent just enjoying the Air and Space Museum. I've always been a space nerd and just love that place.
Is it expensive to get in?
No, they're both free. It's the parking out at Udvar Hazy is $15 for one person in a car or 20 people in a car.
If I go to Washington, I'll be using public transport, so...
Yeah, there's a public transport station probably 200-300 yards from the entrance of the one downtown. To get out to Udvar Hazy, you probably have to take a cab or... well, the subway's heading out that way, but I don't know how close it stops. They built a new line, but probably end up being a cab that you'd have to take out to one out near Dulles Airport.
Yeah, I think that's where I would sort of stay out near Dulles.
Are we heading for London City?
Yeah, effectively. I'm just trying to locate it.
I've just got a visual now. You need to yeah, you need to come left a little bit.
Yeah, I've just flown over Heathrow.
I bet they'll love you.
Someone's coming into land. Like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, got it, I think.
Memories of James May at Norwich Airport.
Oh, what happened there?
Top Gear, they had a caravan slung beneath a balloon, and he entered the airspace. It's on. If you've got BBC iPlayer, you can get there's every episode of Top Gear on there. It's worth having a look because he gets into serious trouble.
Yeah, I remember seeing that episode. It was hilarious. And he seemed really quite nervous.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he's a pilot himself, isn't he? So he was like,
Yeah.
he was thinking it might.
His plane was featured on a programme the other day. I happened to be on while we were at work, and I just noticed the registration. I went, "That's James May's plane." Because his registration is Golf, Oscar, Charlie, Oscar, Kilo, which reads Golf a Cock.
That sounds typical.
Phrase,
Oh,
yeah.
cock. Yep.
Okay, I'm coming out. I can see Maida Vale, I can see London, and I've just about got London City on the horizon.
Yeah, I can see all the buildings coming up ahead there, so I think we're heading in the right direction. David, looks like you're going down for a landing there.
Yeah, I'm just following the terminal about 8 miles out.
Right behind you now, just about to get on the Thames.
Yeah, I'm just heading towards
Just
the
those
big
really
buildings,
tall
basically.
buildings, isn't
Yeah,
it, is on
yeah,
the approach?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I can see the Gherkin and Shard and goodness knows what.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've got all those in sight now.
It's just saying today, before we started the live stream, I'll be moving to London in a couple of weeks' time. I'm going to help out with a project up there. So what I'm hoping to do is get to London City Airport and do some filming for the channel of the actual London City airports and try and get various different angles and aircraft coming in and that type of thing. Because I fly there so much, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I've got the Shard in sight. I can see somebody coming in for a landing
That'll be Dave, I think. Yeah.
ahead of me.
On the way.
Landing lights on.
You're low, the Hudson.
Yeah, I am a bit low. I'm 700, but so I'll climb a little bit to about 1,000. Cheers, Bill. Nice for you to join us.
I'm going to get this landing in first time.
Michael, you
because I
had a
need to
crash
look at
that
some
top.
from Scouts.
All right, yes. Yeah, blimey, it's late. Does it finish at 9 o'clock nowadays, Scouts?
9:30.
Oh, wow. Mind you, it's a bit older, the Scouts, isn't it? It's an older age group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the
Yeah,
Scouts
Bill
many
down
years
the
ago.
And that's adventure. That's Venture Scouts.
Ah. I remember probably back in the 70s, we went to the Edinburgh Tattoo with the Scouts, which was our big adventure out with them. Fantastic.
Oh, fantastic.
It really was, yeah.
Oh, wow, what did I have? Impressive.
Yeah, on this Series S, it looks okay, I guess. You
Right,
just
Got the runway in sight.
Not look too good, does it? Not on the Series X.
Not really, no. It's difficult to make out. I'm not impressed with the night lighting at all. It could well be to do with that I'm streaming and things are not rendering in fully as well. So I'm going to keep that into consideration. Yeah, let me know what. You can see the stream, it doesn't look great.
Directly from the console.
And no, I'm streaming to OBS on the PC. I've got it connected to the PC, the console.
Please go Delta on final.
Very professional.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just behind you.
Yeah, well, yeah, just coming in from land with
Yeah.
Oh, bit of wind.
But chaps, the whole idea of this flight was to test the settings out in Sim Update 9. I've got to say I'm pretty impressed. I only tested the Cessna 172 so far prior to this. But I'm still pretty impressed I've got the same extremity dead zone and reactivity inputted for the Grand Caravan. It feels great. Lots of control.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with that. I don't really understand yet what those settings.
Yeah, reactivity generally it tends to smooth out the curves as you're banking and pitching. Pitching, if you want to make it less, I guess, good way of seeing it is less reactive. Although sensitivity is very similar to that. Play around with them all and just see what suits you best. But like I said, got a couple of videos out on there to give you an idea. An extremity dead zone as you're moving your joystick or yoke left, right, up, down, as you go through the extreme curves of that, so the extremities of that, it will stop it suddenly veering upwards, or left or right.
Okay.
And we're down.
Okay, flaps one there, bit of a
I see,
flare.
wobble wages.
Well, chaps, Tony's just ahead of me there, and I can see Ninja you're down. Seems everybody's down. I'm last to come in, but never mind.
not quite down yet. Just coming in.
Okay.
Did you not pick our Kodiak up, Hudson?
I haven't yet. No, I just haven't got right. I will do. I will do. It's something I want to try. Also, I mean, I wasn't initially impressed with the Kit Fox, but now I'm thinking about the Kit Fox as well. Dave, you picked that one up, didn't you? Bob?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, the Kit Fox has really become a choice.
Yeah, I like the idea of pitching your tent and taking off and landing anywhere you want to. It just initially, the acrobatic part of it didn't appeal to me, but now it is, I've got to say.
Ooh, who's got the Dahara out? Right, guys, I shall have to go. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Absolute privilege to have with you guys tonight. Actually, very much for the videos as well, and you know, thank you for all the lessons that you've given.
No, you're more than welcome. Don't take this one seriously, please.
No, you know, I understand this was just a flight, which it was. It was just nice to get out and fly with some other people as well. So
Yeah.
hope to see you soon, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do more.
All the best.
Thank you very much. See
Take
you
care.
soon.
Bye bye.
See ya.
See you soon.
So there we go. Chaps
Yeah,
just
thanks very
coming
much.
in.
This was a happy accident that discovered this, and I'm hoping that some people with more technical knowledge are able to fill in more on what's coming to the Velocity one to let it sit for it. It'd be great if there's some folks who have some really inside knowledge can help us.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll try and get James on one of the flights one day. That'll be good. In fact, that might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I mean, you've given us a lot more knowledge than certainly I knew, anyway. A lot more insight, shall we say. So it's quite fascinating to hear that. Is everybody down?
I've been down for a bit.
I am on my approach.
On your approach, okay, great.
I'm actually parked over in the same place that spawned.
Ah, right. Was that Bob?
I have to say, the land and like really are brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah, fantastic. I'm impressed with the whole plane. It's like,
Yeah, it's a great aircraft. Yeah.
Okay, I've hearing too many good things about this Kodiak. I'll have to give it a go. I've got an expensive move coming up, so I'm just trying to be a bit more careful at the moment. But maybe next aircraft.
I managed to map the landing lights and the cabin lights using Morby flights as well. So,
Okay. Billy Joe, lovely approach there. Guys on YouTube chat, apologies. I know my connection was pretty bad for a lot of that flight. Hopefully it went okay and you saw the majority of it. Lovely, Billy Joe. That's everybody down, isn't it? I think.
Yes.
Right, chaps.
Oh yeah.
Lovely flight, really enjoyed it. It was just a relaxing kick back, have a couple of drinks type flight. Hope you enjoyed it. It probably didn't learn much from it. It really was just a bit of a laugh.
You don't have to learn things. It's all fun.
Yeah.
Just enjoy what you're doing, enjoy what you see. That's all we have.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for joining me, chaps, and I'll see you next time.
Okay.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you.